Hi, my name's Tony and I'm from the Sup Company, and I'm here to tell you a little bit more about the Red Paddle Co 2020 12.6 Sport. So here it is, back for 2020, the Red Paddle Co 12.6 Sport, and it is a very popular board, and understandably so, because it kind of fits in quite an awkward segment, if you like, in the Red Paddle Co lineup, in that at 12'6" long, there is a lot of choice, and it's a sporty board that will work around a race course, but it will also make for a very, very efficient tourer. So if you are considering something like the 12.6 Voyager, you kind of got to have a look at the 12.6 Sport. If you're considering something like a 12'6" Elite, then you kind of got to have a look at a Sport as well. A little bit more stable than an Elite, but not quite as rigid in terms of compared to a 12'6" Voyager. Less width, so not as stable, not as much volume, but a little bit more rewarding to paddle, and is going to glide that a little bit more efficiently. But look, let's run you through from the nose down to the tail, as we always do in all of the Sup Company videos. And it's a very purposeful nose that we find on the 12.6 Sport. This year in 2020, it integrates a plastic-free soft carry handle on the nose with a M6 female thread there, so you can mount stuff like an action sports camera at GoPro or other brands on the nose of the board. And that then leads quite quickly back down to a very, very generous cargo net, as we find on all Red Paddle Co boards. But it starts to fill out its width quite early on, and at 30 inches wide, it's quite a stable board, and that's mainly not only due to that 30-inch width, but also the tail. It's very square on the tail, very boxed off. And underfoot, yes, nice, stable board. The deck pad overall, it integrates Red's logo, and it's this repeater type graphic it's comfortable underfoot. It drains relatively well, but it provides an awful lot of traction. It's not just vanity on Red Paddle Co's part. As we find on all 2020 boards, Red have taken great care to actually highlight the quality of their boards and their technology that really sets the Red Paddle Co product apart from other inflatables on the market. And at 18 to 22 PSI, along with all of the sport boards coming with the RSS batten system, that rigid stiffening system that's been painted by Red Paddle Co, you end up with a product that is exceptionally stiff. In picking up the board there, it reminds me that the carry handle in 2020 is foam filled, and that makes it much more comfortable than it has done in previous years. And if you are going to have to carry the board some distance, then yeah, it's a much more comfortable job to do now. The deck pad though flows all the way back down, and that red repeater graphic runs seamlessly across the colorway changes and then meets a nice diamond cut deck pad. So as you are working your footwork back down to the tail turn, this board around a buoy, or just getting some practice in as you're starting to touch on those racing aspects, or really just trying to efficiently turn the board, then you're going to find there's really good, strong amount of traction underfoot, and that change in traction, that change in feel is just going to help you orientate where you are on the board. Leading back down through to the board though, it's really nice to see a carry handle integrated on the tail of the board. That also ties in the D-ring on the leash, because it means that you can pick the board up from its tail, protect that 9-inch FCS touring fin on the bottom, and stop it from getting snagged up on the beach or wherever you're paddling to and from. The valve though, in 2020, Red Paddle Co have taken this embossed graphic and included that, so it gives us all the essential information about the board that we need to know in terms of the pressure, so that 18 to 22 PSI, but also where to set the pin on the Hinkley valve, whether it's down or up, so we're never going to have that experience where we take the hose off and the board's going to dump all of its pressure, which is pretty depressing. But look, let's take the board and roll it up onto its rail. And you can start to see just how slender the board is in its overall outline. And it runs seamlessly all the way back down. Very nice, clean finish. And really, it's the quality of the finish that you'll find on all Red Paddle Co products, which is just so seamless. There's not a single gluing error in these boards. They're absolutely superb. And in 2020, it's worth knowing that Red Paddle Co have really shown just the sheer confidence that they have and belief in just how good their product is, that they're offering a 5-year warranty on their products as well. So it's definitely worth taking note of. This though leads all the way back down to a US fin box. which has been reworked for 2020. That there is also the plastics change, that it's much more resilient and harder wearing as a result. But Red fit a great quality fin, and it's the FCS 9-inch touring fin, and it's a really versatile fin, aids stability in terms of the tail, that lateral stability that makes the board that little bit more stable, but also in terms of tracking overall, and it sheds weed fairly easily as well. What also adds value to the Red Paddle Co 2020 packages is really the overall package, and it's the quality of the pump. And the Titan pump is unique to Red Paddle Co. It's been painted by them early on, and they've recognised the simple fact that you need to not only get an awful lot of volume in the board, but also a great amount of pressure in order to generate that overall experience that really represents such a small compromise when compared to a hard board. And they do that very simply by integrating a high volume cylinder with a high pressure cylinder, and it's worth noting that the pump only works on the downstroke, and it's that downstroke that allows you to put all of your body weight over the pump and achieve those high pressures, as opposed to drawing the pump up and expelling the same amount of air but with the smaller muscles in your body. Also in the Red Paddle Co package, you end up with arguably one of the best bags on the market, foil lined, with a, just to protect the board from any UV degradation. Nice foam-filled carry handles, not only on the top, but also on either side. But it's really the quality of the bag itself and the backpack system that sets it apart. It's exceptionally comfortable to carry, very easy to put away, and also get the actual backpack straps out. But once it is up on your back, it's exceptionally comfortable. A nice feature as well, and it's something you'd expect in a premium quality board, is a wheeled bag. The bearings and the quality of the wheels are exceptional from Red, and they just make getting to your local spot that much easier. Overall though, for 2020, if you're looking for a board that's touching on a very, very efficient touring board, and you also want to kind of bash it around a race course, it's that GT-esque, that GT car type board, then really the Red Paddle Co 12.6 Sport in 2020 is well worth a look. Thanks for watching our video. If you've got any questions about what you've seen, why not give us a call in the shop or head over to thesupco.com. If you want to check out our next video, why not take a look up here? Or how about staying up to date with all of our videos by subscribing to our channel up here?